Hello, dear children, and welcome back to the class. Dear friends, today we are going to learn about the oxidation and reduction chemical reaction. Many types of substances give reactions called oxidation and reduction. Let us learn more about such processes. Dear friends, we know that if the reactant combines with oxygen, whereas the hydrogen gas is removed from the reactant, all these are the examples of oxidation reaction, the chemical reaction in which a reactant combines with oxygen or loses hydrogen to form the product is called oxidation reaction. For example, magnesium combines with oxygen on burning. It leads to the magnesium oxide. In this chemical reaction, we come to know that addition of oxygen takes place. Oxygen combines with magnesium on burning. We already studied in previous classes that combustion required oxygen, or oxygen supports the process of combustion. Dear children, oxidation in simple way we can say addition of oxygen or the losses of hydrogen from the product is said to be the oxidation reaction. We know that in day-to-day life we able to observe the process of oxidation. When the carbon combines with oxygen, there will be the formation of carbon dioxide, MgH2, to form magnesium plus H2. So in this chemical reaction, removal of hydrogen takes place from the reactant. It is also called the oxidation reaction. CH3-CH3. This is a reactant. Get converted into the product CH2, double bond CH2. Here, the hydrogen get removed from the reactant. So this is also the type of oxidation chemical reaction. Some oxidation reactions are brought about by use of specific chemical substances. For example, CH3-CH2-OH, nothing but the ethyl alcohol, get converted into CH3COOH, acetic acid. Dear children, acidic potassium dichromate makes oxygen available for the oxidation of the reactant ethyl alcohol. Such chemical substances which bring about an oxidation reaction by making oxygen available are called oxidants or oxidizing agent. So in this chemical reaction, K2Cr2O7 as well as H2SO4 acts as the oxidizing agent. A variety of oxidants are used to bring about a controlled oxidation, just like K2Cr2O7 H2SO4, KMnO4 H2SO4 are commonly used chemical oxidants in chemical reactions. Hydrogen peroxide is used as a mild oxidant. Ozone is also a chemical oxidant. Nascent oxygen is generated by chemical oxidants and it is used for the oxidation reactions. Nascent oxygen is a state prior to the formation of the oxygen molecule. It is the reactive form of oxygen and is represented by writing the symbol as. Dear friends, we already studied that Potassium permanganate is a chemical oxidant. Now look at the following reaction and try to identify which compound is oxidized by KMnO4 in presence of acid in this reaction. Of course, we come to know that the FeSO4 is oxidized. FeSO4 is transformed into Fe2SO4 3. Dear children, how this conversion is an oxidation reaction. Net change takes place in the above conversion is shown by the net ionic reaction. That is, Fe2 plus get converted into Fe3 plus, means ferrous get converted into ferric. Difference, net ionic reaction represents the oxidation brought about by KMnO4. When ferric ion is formed from ferrous ion, the positive charge is increased by 1 unit. Why? This happens, the ferrous ion loses 1 electron. From this we understood that definition of oxidation is nothing but losing 1 or more electron. So this is the third definition we talked here with respect to the oxidation chemical reaction. First, the addition of oxygen molecule. Second, losing of hydrogen atom. And third, the losing of 1 or more electron. So this is all about the oxidation chemical reaction. Now let's see the reduction chemical reaction. So dear children, chemical reactions in which reactants gain hydrogen are called reduction chemical reaction. It is completely opposite to the oxidation chemical reaction. Reaction in which a reactant loses oxygen to form the product is called reduction reaction. Substances that brings about reduction is called the reducing agent or reductants. So what are the example of reducing agents? Many examples are there. Dear friends, when hydrogen gas is passed over black copper oxide, a reddish colored layer of copper is formed. In this chemical reaction, oxygen atom goes away from CuO, means copper oxide, which means that reduction of copper oxide takes place, whereas hydrogen molecule takes up oxygen atom and water is formed, means oxidation of hydrogen takes place. Yes, oxidation and reduction reaction occurs simultaneously. The reductant is oxidized by the oxidant and the oxidant is reduced by the reductant. Due to this characteristic of the reduction and oxidation reactions, a single term, redox reaction, is used in place of two terms. So, redox reaction is nothing but the oxidation and reduction. Difference when the positive charge on an atom or ion increases or the negative charge on them decreases, it is called oxidation. And when the positive charge decreases or the negative charge increases, it is called reduction. A redox reaction takes place during cellular respiration. The molecule of the enzyme called cytochrome C oxidase helps the transport of electron to bring about this reaction. This is all about the oxidation and reduction chemical reaction. Now we are going to talk about the corrosion. What do you mean by corrosion? Yes, dear friend, rusting process takes place rapidly in presence of a salt. Dear friends, the new vehicles look shiny. On the contrary, old vehicles look dull. A certain type of reddish colored solid layer collects on their metallic surface. This layer is called rust. Its chemical formula is Fe2O3X H2O. Yes, the rust on iron does not form by a simple reaction of oxygen with iron surface. The rust is formed by an electrochemical reaction. Different regions on the surface of iron become anode and cathode. Fe oxidized to Fe2 plus in the anode region. O2 is reduced to form water in the cathode region. When Fe2 plus ions migrate from the anode region, they react with water and further get oxidized to form Fe3 plus ions. A reddish colored hydrated oxide is formed from Fe3 plus ion. It is called rust. Yes. Due to various components of atmosphere, oxidation of metals takes place. This is nothing but the corrosion. Corrosion is a very serious problem. Dear children, we will study about the corrosion in detail in the next chapter. Now let's talk about the rancidity. What do you mean by rancidity? When we use the old leftover cooking oil for making foodstuff, it is found to have full odor called rancidity. If food is cooked in such oil, its taste also changes. When oil or ghee is left aside for a long time, or fried food is left aside for a long time, it undergoes air oxidation and becomes rancid. Rancidity in the foodstuff cooked in oil or ghee is prevented by using antioxidants. The process of oxidation reaction of foodstuff can also be slowed down by storing it in airtight container. So dear children, you try to find out the different examples of antioxidants used to avoid the process of rancidity. Now here the chapter is completed. The next chapter we will study in the next video. Thank you very much.